And here we are with issue 3, is volume 3 at the bottom, of Biohazard Zero manhwa. This one is a biochemical hunter featured item. And then the cover's pretty cool. Translated as Luna in the Indie Studios and Project Umbrella and RE Digest. So we got Lisa Trevor, we got Tyrant, we got a Hunter, I want to say it was Yawn, big spider thing there, and the cricket things. But anyway, let's get straight into it. Why was Billy Cohen imprisoned on that train and sent to Umbrella Castle? It all started with a very traumatic experience. 23 soldiers had visually raped my mother, and when found out, I retaliated. This is Billy talking. Killing them all. The trauma was so great that my mother would die sometime later in an intensive care unit. Because of my trial for killing 23 military men, I couldn't be there for her when she passed away. And I was sentenced to life in prison. What's he doing here? In prison, Billy carved into his arm with a knife the phrase, "Mother love," as a sign for his deep love for her. Okay, that's just weird. Why would you do that? Christ, Cohen! A major officer suddenly entered Billy's prison cell. I don't know who these guys are. Don't you have any regrets killing your brothers out of reckless whim? I regret not cutting them apart piece by piece. Blasting them with bullets was far too humane. I'll bet, but have you ever thought that maybe someone had ordered them to do so? Ordered? Tell me, who did it? You're on death row yet. You still want revenge? Well, here's your chance. I have an extremely dangerous mission. You're the best man for it. Ooh, it's a mission. Your goal is to be captured and taken to Umbrella Castle, where you uncover some incriminating evidence that we need to use against them in court. If you succeed, you'll be granted your freedom, and I'll make sure you're well compensated before I retire. Sounds good, Cohen? When this is all over, you must promise me who orders those men. A biochemical bullet. Take this in case. You're put in a corner. Oh, that's the bullet he shot himself with. It can save you from all dangers, but at a cost. To avenge my mother, what else do I have to lose? Previously, Billy and Rebecca were in danger over and over before a large group of zombies had ambushed them. With no way of escape, Billy had to use a biochemical bullet given to him by the Major, firing it into his heart. That's a twist, yeah. The zombie pack was ravenous and Billy's gunshot did not scare him off. Oh, he's going to eat his whole hand. Seeing that Billy's limbs would become their meal. Ooh, he's going Super Saiyan. But unfortunately, the change came in time. What's with the eyeballs again? He's become Super Saiyan. Both Billy's form and strength had changed. Yes, he's buying nothing. Becoming far more powerful, the attacks from these low-level zombies were like nothing to him. As he smashed them into meat sauce. Why? Having was a translation thing, but still, why? What's strange is a distinct scar has formed on Billy's left hand after his transformation. It's the exact same one as the master of Umbrella's castle. From outside, a cry out for help shrieks into the night, attracting Billy's attention. I'm really curious what year this was made. Should know this, but oh well. Meanwhile, on top of the train, a bioweapon more ferocious than the zombies was prowling Rebecca. With little room for error, the monster pursuing Rebecca was coming very fierce and fast. But unfortunately, what's going on? Oh, it's Billy. Another powerhouse rushed from behind in time, giving Rebecca the advantage. Yeah, he's gone Super Saiyan. It looks like his arm's been cut off there. Well, claws are getting down. I was going to jump up behind him and dodge it. In a fraction of a second, the bioweapon pounced high into the air, making Billy's powerful punch miss. Not only does this monster have heightened reflexes, but amazing jumping power, with astonishing agility allowing its body to turn around mid-air. I kicked him and landed a heavy strike into Billy's back. Gah, gah. What noise that was. Skied. The bioweapon landed gracefully and then leapt for attack. Well, these are quite tough in the game. Headbutting him. With a hunter's full body weight behind that blow, Billy was hurled straight off the train. After crashing on the rails, Billy looked up to see a train weighing 10,000 tons speeding right at him. Wait, it hit him off the front of the train with that and hit him square on. I knew! A shriek of joy from the bioweapon. I didn't expect them to talk. Billy! Seeing that Billy was defeated even after his power-up, Rebecca was in awe of the monster's strength. Meet the hunter. Ah! A bioweapon made by inserting a fertilized egg with amphibian and human genes combined with a T-virus. His jumping ability and claws are incredibly strong, while his carnivorous nature is even stronger, capable of devouring animals twice its size. He's tall anyway, aren't they? But the Hunter R has its limitations. It can't stand sunlight or overall dryness, forcing it to rely on a humid environment to replenish the water in the body from time to time. It's a very weird thing to get weak to. As the train entered the swampy Arkley forest within the surroundings of Umbrella Castle, many of these hunters reside here and sentries against invaders. The Umbrella train has always passed through this area safely, but this time the Hunter R had attacked the train, as evidence of its claw punches and bloodstains. My turn, freak! No, out of bullets! Oh no, Rebecca! The hunter is about to taste young, succulent girl flesh for a rich meal. Some very weird words. In an act of desperation, Rebecca would take a signal flare from her bag. I thought that was a shotgun. And fire it into this thing's mouth. While lacking destructive power, the signal flare explodes with burning smoke. I keep pointing at the screen and you can't see. Because of the bioweapon's weakness to heat, the blast was surprisingly effective. Gotta get out of here. As she ran for her life, Rebecca's footing would become off kilter. What? As the train would be hurled upwards by an inhuman force, lifting the train as it was about to fly. Is that Billy? Billy is Super Saiyan? As the head of the train made it back to Earth, the force of the landing caused the entire train to derail. The impact shattered glass and threw debris out from the windows. Debris. The impact shattered glass and threw debris from the windows. I think that's how you say that word, I'm not sure. With not a moment to spare, before the big bang, Rebecca would escape from the train. Boom. So, yeah, but the translation's tiny. Oh well. And fall into a nearby swamp without further injury. Sigh, it's finally over. Before she could finish, a figure would emerge from the flaming rubble. Shit. Despite the destructive power of the explosion, the Hunter R survived with its lethality rising to a peak. Within reach, a heavy machine was conveniently available to Rebecca to fight back with. But surprisingly enough, even with all her training, Rebecca didn't know how to properly operate this heavy weapon. Typical women. Despite her imminent danger, holding such a high-powered weapon brought Rebecca back to that one time. She can remember. Oh, what was this? Yeah, there's a shotgun. Back to a childhood incident that first started with her carrying a high-powered weapon. Rebecca, be careful of that. Guns are dangerous. Ah, that was Rebecca's father, on that very day when the Chambers family went camping in the wild. Dad, I want to go hunting in the woods too. Not until you're older, sweetheart. When you're older, we'll hunt together, but for today, I'll be hunting wild game, while you start up that fire with your mother and sister. Okay. Didn't know she had a mother and sister. You two go get some branches and water to boil. You go and get the firewood. I'll get some water. Okay. Rebecca, who has always loved her younger sister, never imagined this would lead to a twist of fate. While their sister went gathering twigs. Wow! Okay, this is just bizarre. Why is there a giant plant in the flashback? I'd never seen such a big, beautiful flower like this. Doom, doom, I can't do it. Sis, that's strange. They've been out a long time. At that moment, rapid footsteps made their way to the campground. Uh, oh my god, Dad, what is it? Ooh, he's pointing at something. Rebecca was so frightened that she couldn't speak. Neither did her father. As what stood before had left her mortified. Well, I guess assume it's the giant plant or her sister, or both. It's both. Rebecca's younger sister, who despite her horrific injuries, would still make her way back to the campgrounds. What happened to her? Moaning absently, she was forever changed, no longer a human girl, but a monster. Despite her grotesque appearance, a mother's love to her child is unyielding. It's okay, Mummy's here. Oh, she's just bitter. Are you insane? That's her daughter out there. No! Oh wait. You did that wrong. Oh well. Her mutation from a zombie's bite was immediate. They're gone. We can't let them bite us, or we'll turn just like them. Blam! He's gone psycho. Her father gunned down his wife and child, inducing a look of trauma into Rebecca's eyes. After it was all over, her father would break down. Jesus. Rebecca, you must live through this. Because that monster will divide the Chambers family forever. That's awful. Awful, that's an awful flashback there. As Rebecca grew older, she became determined to find out who was responsible for this zombie emergence. So she joined the Stars as a chemistry specialist, hoping to find a cure for this disease, and even restore them to their former selves. Looking back now, although Rebecca has a high-powered weapon in her hands, even after all these years, she still hasn't learned how to use them. Dad, Mom, Sissy, I'm sorry, I couldn't find out who did this to you, and I'll be next in death. The bioweapon lunged to bite Rebecca, but she wouldn't go down easily, and in a burst of strength, she fought back against the hunter. Oh, squaring. It was like squaring up against a car. A familiar giant hand would come from behind and grab a weapon from Rebecca. Bing must be desperate to return to the swamps. His arm was strong with the strength to flip around the machine gun while releasing its safety. So all she had to do? The arm belongs to Billy. Having derailed the train and waited to make his next move, he lifted the hunter off the ground with the gun. The flames had departed to weaken the hunter R. Now's a chance to kill it. Or what you call it, the hunter R as well. Taking full advantage of this opportunity, Billy opened fired and blasted the machine gun round through the Hunter R's throat. See ya. In hell. The Hunter R was utterly defeated with Billy's punch. He's strong enough to devastate the bioweapon. Yeah, because he's Super Saiyan and now he's gone blonde and yellow. The Hunter's blood would rain down from above and drizzle onto Billy as he cruelly savoured it like wine. Soon enough, Billy would return to normal as the power from his biochemical bullet wore off. Yeah, that's good, so he's not going to be superhuman all the time. Billy, what's wrong? Were you afraid of that monster, or me? Rebecca was at a loss for this man before her, endowed with astonishing power and its unfathomable changes, but defy death and life. Do you have the guts to carry on? Fair warning. Umbrella Castle is just up ahead, and it'll probably be even more dangerous. Without any equipment in a forest full of monsters and beasts, odds of survival are slim. The creaks and surrounding noises would seal Rebecca's decision. Hey Billy, wait for me. Where's she gonna go with him? Where else is she gonna go? As Billy and Rebecca trekked into the Arkley forest, a pair of eyes would appear from nearby. So this thing again? Revealing the stinger, despite being struck behind the train for a while. It resumed its pursuit of Billy and Rebecca, driven by a desire to take its rightful prey. Another tip of a giant scorpion's tail. There was a man suspended in the air, through his spine from the stinger. Blood dripping from his feet appeared black. Prisoner Tom, Billy's friend. How could he be alive and bonded to a giant scorpion's tail? Whether he is still human or a zombie or something other. How will this affect Billy? Will he care? I don't know, maybe. Meanwhile, in Umbrella Castle, the remaining stars was fall victims to the residents, as Captain Marina facing the weirdest one of the castle. Is that supposed to be Lisa Trevor, or was that someone else? Gah! This horror would create Marina and snatch only one thing from this person. Don't know what that means. What in God's name are you? A grenade? Ah! Stay back! Pulls the pin out. That is Lisa Trevor. Boom! Yeah, it says boom there. The woman would unexpectedly take Marina's grenade and detonate it in her mouth in a violent act of suicide. There's 2 suicides in this issue. As the smoke began to subside, Marina would take a closer look. No one could survive that, especially at close range. No way. This woman was endowed with an immortal body, capable enough to withstand the force of explosion, and rapidly heal even the most gruesome injuries. Ah! Monster! Captain Marina soon escaped, only to have 2 others join her. Oh Lisa, why would you ever want to kill yourself like that? See, I don't know if this is supposed to be Wesker or not. Don't you know how much effort I put into saving you? Rawr. Come on Lisa, come back with your big brother. While his words appear genuine, the woman instead becomes more vicious with every word that came out. You really don't recognize me? See the scars on my arm? I rescued you from that wolf when we were kids. Yeah. Wait, that's Billy's scar as well. Now he is the current master of Umbrella Castle. Long ago, I've received the favor of your family. How could I look at you knowing that you were destined to become a zombie, like your parents, your ancestors, fighting everything before ultimately suffer a brutal death? It's a pity that while saving you from that fate, it turned you into an ugly horror. So I conducted my research on heterogeneous drugs with a gene to cure your family's zombie virus and succeeded. It's a pity that while saving you from that fate, it turned you into an ugly horror, said those 2 in the wrong order. Sure, I'm still researching those hunters and the other bioweapons, but in the end, I would just want to develop a cure that would restore your beauty. Please, yes, Lisa. Please believe me, Lisa. You have the power to make that happen. You as Lisa. Just tell me where the Zombie King is, and I promise to restore you to your original human appearance. Who's the Zombie King? Who are you? Are you supposed to be Wesker? Will we find out? After hearing that name, Lisa could no longer hold back her rage. Clench, grip, shit. With the castle's master in danger, the giant behind him made its move and blasted Lisa away with a single punch. Ah! Leave her. She won't be going far after all. This is her home. She's still waiting for her beloved to return. I believe that's when my bait will come. Lisa will obediently lead me just where in the castle a Zombie King is at. Can you imagine how powerful it truly is? So long as you actually find it. Is he talking to himself or that guy? Business has been good with us selling like biochemical weapons overseas. But should it be sold to some measly terrorist nation? The Zombie King itself is the strongest of all the biochemical weapons. You made a weapon and lost it, or try to find it? And whoever harnesses the power of the Zombie King has power over the entire world. How could the man who once saved that little girl go so wrong? As leader of Umbrella, his ambitions are fully revealed. But just how powerful is this Zombie King? And who's the bait in the owner's arsenal? Or even more will be revealed in the next volume /issue/video.